Welcome. We're here with Snake, the Chief Administrative Officer at Elk Finance. Snake, thanks for joining us. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Thanks for having me. How are you?
It's a pleasure to have you here, Snake. We're doing great. Let's start off and get right into things. Give us a high-level overview of Elk Finance. What does the company do? What are your main products?
Yeah, sure. So, at its most basic level, Elk Finance wants to really unite DeFi and kind of foster an environment of collaboration. We really want to make it easy for users to be, in the space. So our motto is kind of, any chain, anytime, anywhere. We enable this through our main product, ElkNet. So we go beyond bridging, but mainly that's what we're known for right now.
Terrific. Okay, what makes Elk's cross-chain solution different to the alternative bridging methods that are currently on the market? What really sets you guys apart here?
Well, the biggest one is ElkNet security. So it's got built-in protections for things such as a 51% attack, double spends, things like that of that nature. It's all kind of a farm fresh, homegrown code, all original. It's kind of built from the bottom up with security and kind of safety and cost effectiveness in mind. So we've got a unique reservoir system, and of course we want to, like I said, go beyond bridging. We're going for a bridgeable native stablecoin. It'll be native on every chain. It's called CHFT. We want to kind of enable bridging as a service for DeFi. In a way that makes sense to both projects and individual users. And that's where kind of proxy tokens and bridging as a service comes in.
Awesome. Love it. Okay, so tell us more about the tokens that are in play in the Elk ecosystem. What are their names? How do they differ? But more importantly, where does the utility lie in these tokens?
Currently, the only one at play here is Elk. And the Elk token has had a couple prior versions, and the most recent version was, created to allow for more compatibility and increased safety with our new ElkNet reservoir system, which just came out about a month ago. Our upcoming token here later this year will be CHFT, which is a Swiss franc stablecoin that is, present on all of the chains that'll be kind of over collateralized. So you can just kind of send it anywhere we are, just like Elk.
Fantastic. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the future, right? Obviously, very exciting things that you're working on now, and very excited to see that Swiss franc token come out as well. What can you tell us about the 2022 roadmap for Elk Finance? What are you guys going to move on to next?
Oh man, we have lots coming out. As early as quarter 2 here, we've got the SDK for ElkNet, our Alpha SDK, allowing folks to test it out, and kind of get it going and create the first proxy tokens. Q2 we'll put that into beta, that SDK. Later in Q2 we're going to introduce kind of node running with ElkNet v3, early quarter 3 kind of thing, so that users can actually run nodes on something maybe a little more powerful than a Raspberry Pi to kind of check these transactions and keep it secure and decentralized. We're going for incorporation soon, launching on some non-EVM chains later this year, and of course CHFT as well later this year. We'll kind of get there after we establish ourselves on some more EVM and non-EVM chains.
Awesome. Okay, let's pivot a little bit. What is Elk Academy? What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we really want to focus on education. So we figure if we've got a user base that kind of understands these concepts and knows why we're doing things and knows how things work, you're going to have investors that care more and understand more and kind of will treat your product the way you see it. So we really come at it from that educational background. So we have this Elk Academy with articles that kind of detail every piece. What is liquidity mining? What is yield farming? Those kind of DeFi concepts. How can I explain them? We also have a podcast. It's called All Things Crypto on Anchor. There aren't a lot of resources out there. So we focus on all of this, as well as in our chat, teaching users how that works. So that's kind of that.
Awesome. Okay, and any big news coming up soon that the audience should keep an eye out for, especially on our end and in the Benzinga ecosystem? And where can our audience follow you to keep an eye on this news as it comes out?
You bet. So I think the biggest thing coming up here are cross-chain swaps, looking to swap, Matic on Polygon for AVAX on the Avalanche network. So being able to just swap all the Elk stuff is behind the scenes, making it really easy for users. So we're really excited for this feature coming out really soon. So as to where to follow us, you could check us out on Twitter. That's Elk_finance. Our Medium, you can just search Elk-finance. Our podcast, also anchor.fm/Elk Finance, all one word. We've got, of course, all of our links in our docs. That's docs.elk.finance. And I want to shout out to our TikTok real quick. We need some subscribers there too. And that's at elk.finance. So if you could check that out, that'd be great. And you can find our Elk Academy articles on our Medium above.
Awesome. Great information all the way across. Exciting stuff coming out here. Can't wait to see what comes next. Snake, Chief Administrative Officer of Elk Finance, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.